The only unknown plumber I know is how I'm unknown to get these bitches. Hey guys, what's going on?
I'm pregnant.
I don't know what you said, Shady. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be doing a different kind of video tonight. We're going to be doing an Unknown Plumber Season 3 Q&A with Xander Brown, Shady O'Malley, and Billy.
Hi.
And they are a part of Unknown Plumber.
You don't have a
and,
I do!
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been looking forward to Unknown Plumber for basically 4 years after it got canceled, and now it's being brought back from the dead. Somehow, it returned. Haha. Yeah, so without further ado, you guys ready to do this interview?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Wahoo! It's me, Miles Morales.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Alright. Okay. The first question I have is specifically for you, Brower. What is it like returning as this specific version of Mario?
It feels like I'm about to redeem my biggest plot hole in the history of my channel, and I'm so happy I can finally put the end on a project, because whenever people are like, you never end things, I'm like, well, now we finished Saving the World, we finished Medieval, we finished Smash. Like, I can say, you know what? Alright, Shady, I'll bring this back so I can end it. It feels good.
The only thing that you haven't really finished yet is the Young Mario Bros. That's still kind of open-ended.
Yeah, I mean, technically it ended with our first Smash Bros, but yeah.
I guess.
It feels good though. It feels good to update my character to less cringy states of acting, with less stuttering in my lines.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like Unknown Plumber Mario is just a very interesting variant, if you will, of Mario. Where like Smash Mario is more like the Mario that you know.
Yeah.
While Unknown Plumber Mario is like, I don't want to say Breaking Bad, but kind of like a darker version of, Mario.
Well, because that's the Mario that doesn't even know he's the version of Mario, you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Until now.
For sure. Alright. The second question I have is specifically for you, Billy. How does it feel returning as Neil after 4 years?
okay, so the very interesting thing that I've already kind of joked about before, but the thing when I found out that, or when I was asked, hey, do you want to do this, like, bring this back? I got super excited because, like, I had a lot of stuff because Neil was going to become a bigger character when we were first thinking about, like, Season 3 and a potential Season 4 and stuff like that way back when. So I got really excited because I had, like, outlined a bunch of stuff I wanted for, like, Neil's whole story and arc in general. And then we canceled it, but I still had everything. So I got really excited with that coming back. But the thing that I kind of looked at afterward, I was like, hell yeah, I get to do that. I lost so much weight. Like,
and you grew facial hair.
Well, like, the facial hair was a very easy fix. I mean, like, granted, we did time skip stuff, so it was like, I have the beard, but I still had to shave it, and that was fun, because we literally would shave. I would shave on set.
Hi guys, name's Shady O'Malley. Welcome back to another production diary. Here we are with our cast member Billy, who plays Neil. And here's the best part about him playing a character that he played 4 years ago. This has to go away. You know what would be funny as hell? If he just shaved and like left like a very patchy part of his beard right here. You should just be in the background. It's like the longest episode. Wow, Link, look at that fully grown beard. It looks really good on you. Who wouldn't grow out their facial hair?
Shut up, baby face.
You're a baby. Oh my god, I'm literally the only one here without facial hair.
Hey, that's not true. Give it 5 minutes.
Another 30 seconds. Right. Seriously, you guys grow your facial hair out quickly. I can.
On your
Hi,
way
welcome to the Xanderbrow like barbershop where we give like. So we're gonna give him a haircut right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
You laugh. Put it on a 4 and I would do it.
Wait a minute, those Sasquatch arms. Give me those and then...
No. Some days.
Yeah.
Because we would need me after a time skip, and then pre-time skip it was like, I can't believe I'm using anime terms for this. I would need to be, clean shaven to at least help a little of the continuity.
Right.
But putting on Neil's jacket again, when I was first doing a pre-time skip thing, was so... I swam in it because it's like 3 sizes too big on me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it shows, but it feels.
It's funny, when the episode comes out, it'll be more, like, consistent with your change than Medieval's consistent with the time skips.
That's probably the craziest part. Medieval was shot part 2 was shot all within a year, I guess. While Unknown Plumber was shot, 4 years ago and then picked up 4 years later. And somehow, some way, I like to feel like the continuity is kind of more checked in that a little bit. There was definitely a lot of thought put behind like what we did for Unknown Plumber just to make this really like work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The next question I have is for you, Shady. How does it feel being solely the director for once in a project?
So, that was fun. So, I think I mentioned this briefly. I was pestering Brower for about 2 years saying, hey, I think we can do Unknown Plumber 3. I think we can do Unknown Plumber 3. And he's always like, no, I don't want to. I kind of want to leave it dead. This is that. And then eventually, as I said, I told him, what would you say if I told you I can bring this show back and all we would need to do is film like a few scenes? That eventually turned into like its own thing because I feel like at this point there's at least 30 minutes of new footage out of this hour-long project. And
Probably.
And there's definitely more new footage than old footage at this point. But in a weird way, that's also kind of cool too, that we were able to evolve the story. But as a director, I'm not, spoiler alert, I'm physically not acting in this. I'm just the director of this. It was kind of cool just to like, nice to focus on just one thing rather than like having to focus on like being, do I look good on camera? Am I performing well? While also trying to make sure that everyone else is doing their job. It was nice to kind of just take the director's chair. I prefer the director's chair or the actor's chair. Very rarely both. Unless your name is Smash or Zelda, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with like how this is coming out. Like, this was more of a passion project because I'm a completionist and I wanted to be the guy that said everyone else couldn't do it. I got Unknown Plumber out.
Yeah, for sure.
I was always concerned because half the time I would get like, oh, we're not those people anymore in chats. No, we're better than we were back then. Leave it dead. And I'm like, Shady has a point though, it's acting. I guess you can say co-written by Emily Dye because there are 2 scenes that were still in the old script in this.
That she did,
scene.
yeah, it's like
so
that.
You don't have any cameos either, Shady?
I'm not in this project at all. That's the one thing I'm
No cameos.
This is
Wow.
solely a director.
I swear we're not pulling a Jimmy Kimmel on this. No cameos. You can't tell us anything.
Is that the very is this the very first project that you've ever been involved with where you haven't had any acting involvement, just directing?
I mean, no. Like, there's some other projects that I've done for myself where I'm not really in it. Like, but this would probably be the first one that it's like basically it's not a feature, but it's a short film. This will definitely be the longest film I've ever solely directed.
Nice.
Okay. To build off of this question, what motivated you, Shady, to resurrect the show?
Okay, so it's funny you mention that because it's funny that you watched Jailbroken. Jailbroken episode 8 was supposed to get canceled because Miguel moved away, and I am a very stubborn human being. When I want something, I will fight to get it. And I fought for a year to get episode 8 done, and I managed to just do that. I managed to just wrap up that show. So when I found out about what Unknown Plumber was, when I found out that Brower's most popular show on his channel, above every fucking thing else, was canceled, short-lived, on top of its biggest cliffhanger, because I knew about the Unknown Plumber cliffhanger before I actually knew about Brower. I never even realized that these two were the same people. Because I remember like smaller YouTubers at the time talking about it back in like 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I hate cliffhangers. I hate leaving things off on like these weird ass notes. And there is a story
Says
being
the one who made
told.
one.
Huh?
Says the one who made a cliffhanger.
Yeah. I would say like I wanted to have Brower complete this show, especially since he was so close to the finish line, and especially since every odd was against this show happening, and that's probably what motivated me the most because I like a challenge, and I did it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the odds were against this happening, and we somehow
Yeah.
made it work.
And
In a weird, strange
So
way,
Tony
yes, you made it work. Yep.
Well, I think
Um,
Emily knows that we resurrected it.
Oh yeah.
Next question is, how similar and different is the third season compared to the past 2 seasons?
I would say it's
Better.
better. one out of 10 times better than the other seasons. Better effects, better acting. It's different in the sense that there's like a new mystery adventure to it. The other two were kind of like, what's Mario's backstory? Where's my brother? In this one, there's like, what's going on? We have to save.
Yeah, it's like
kind of like
the
bigger scale.
big difference is once we kind of solved the Mario getting his identity back, Luigi being rescued. Like once we got all of that sorted by the end of season 2, it was like, well, what do we do from here? Now, the original season 3 like story and how it was going to play out 4 years ago, and how it's playing out now, are actually fairly different to almost not similar
Yeah.
in any degree.
Yeah.
Other than like some characters, it's almost nothing alike what the original idea was.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and plus, like, you do have old footage thrown in there, too, so, like, that's
Yeah.
one of the only similar things, if you will.
That was probably the only thing that was the same from like what originally it was, because I recently read the original script for Unknown Plumber 3.
Yeah.
And the Seiya that was written there versus the Seiya or like other characters that I wrote and directed are vastly different. Like they're almost like different interpretations. But to answer your question, I would also say like this is definitely like I personally think that this is not gonna top the season 2 story because I feel like that's way too iconic. But I feel like this is kind of going to be more of its own thing. This is like going to be the conclusion of Unknown Plumber. Like obviously, you know how the story ends. The world gets destroyed, and Neil ends up in the Save the World timeline. That was said in Save the World.
Right.
It's more or less
Yeah, that's
how
true.
we get there that we're trying to tell.
Right.
Because Save the World was written.
Yeah, because I had to think about that. I was
before.
like, Shady, why are you spoiling? Oh, right, Save the World's already come out. That's right. We did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Save the World happened before we filmed.
And it was
Plumber.
so funny because like when we decided to bring in Neil to Save the World, it was literally just we were just gonna make up like what happened. This is where we went. Like yeah, that world's destroyed. Stop asking about Plumber. That's literally what the idea was, and then it was finally like, we could just have the lead up. You could stop talking, right? Wow.
I wanna see how that-
I love Reese's reaction to episode 9 where you pop in. Like, that's Neil?
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see him again. And I love Shady's reaction.
Never thought I'd play him again.
I love Shady's
like,
reaction
I don't know
to
if I ever
Plumber
mentioned this to you,
season
Billy,
1.
but like I had the
versus
idea
season
of you
2.
coming back since episode 3 or 2 of Save the World, because I originally wanted to do a movie with you as Neil and Link, and we just needed to figure out a way for that to work, and luckily Save the World happened, and that led to Unknown Plumber, and that's leading to A Link Between Worlds.
Wait, was that?
Yes,
had
sir.
you already watched Plumber by that point when you wanted, or was it just? I don't know what this Neil character is, but like I want to do something with it.
Yeah, that's actually been pretty much it. I never really watched Plumber, but like I was always fascinated by your character. Not just that, but you too, because you were just always like a good actor.
Yeah.
but I'm always
Yeah.
busy, so I can never get into things, which is why I'm happy that I'm making time to like start being in these future projects because I have fun doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, but
Shady's
Shady,
reaction
I'm so
to
sup-
season 1 of Plumber versus Shady's reaction to season 2. Because I was watching your reaction with Reese, and you were like, who wrote this?
Hold on. What? Oh, like for season 2?
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah.
Was season 2 all you, or did Emily do some of that as well?
I think it was me and Emily.
No.
Or was it? I think
Was it
Michael
Brian?
chimed in at one point.
The
Or maybe
credit
Brian
was
helped
you,
you a little
Emily,
bit?
and Brian.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
Brian, I think helped you a little bit with season 2, if not a good chunk. I literally don't remember. This was like,
Yeah.
that's season 2. That's like 6 years ago, if we're honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but-
like no, because Emily helped you with season 1, right?
Yeah. And I think we never got around to like talking about it again, so I think it was just me directing, writing, and acting. So it went caboozled, and then season 2, I had a lot more people involved in it. And then I love Shady's reaction to, I think, the first like saber fight between Mario and Neil. Like, yes, 2 storylines came together. And I'm like, oh shit, I
Yeah,
forgot
I
this
was
happened.
so stoked for that.
Shady literally. Shady
I
literally
think-
said, and I quote, "I have cum all over the computer screen."
But for real though, when did that happen?
In season 2 premiere, when Mario and Neil fought, they were
Oh, that's right. That
Who the
is how we
hell are you?
opened season 2. That's how we opened it. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Quite
I
a-
was wondering the whole time, like, why those 2 characters didn't meet in season 1, but it was a great opening in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like one of those things. All right. How would you compare this to Smash?
Oh, okay.
Smash,
So
I would be.
Ooh, let me think of all the ways I can compare about how I did in Smash.
I've-
Oh wait.
I've answered this question a million times, so I'll go first. And I've mentioned this a million times. Smash is the Avengers. That's our version of the Avengers. While this, don't go into this expecting Smash. This is like a completely different tone. This one's a little bit more like, I guess to compare it, yeah, like it's a lot slower than Smash. It's a lot more world
Yeah.
building. That's what I like to prioritize. That's what I thought the tone difference should be, because this is a much
Andor
cooler
versus
setting. This is a
Mando.
apocalyptic universe of like the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to prioritize atmosphere a lot more than, I guess, like those big like Avenger moments that we got in Smash.
Yeah.
So I would compare it more lines to it than I would to Smash, because it has a lot more of a suspense than like fighting.
Yeah,
Would you say it's-
Smash is Mando, and Plumber's Andor.
Would you say Plumber is more like Breaking Bad, if you will?
Yes,
Kinda.
I would
So-
say Plumber's more like Breaking Bad, while Smash is more like
I-
the Avengers.
I do
Yeah.
have to ask, like,
Bowser's Gus.
I mean, granted, it could be that I haven't seen much of Breaking Bad or anything like that, but just from the story of why are we using Breaking Bad as the example here?
Okay, so
Character building.
Because
okay.
So context. I actually just started watching Breaking Bad for the first
Okay.
time. I'm learning about them in season 3, and Breaking Bad is. When I say this, Breaking Bad is literally one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, and that show is slower than a lot of shows that I've seen. And it's one of those shows where, like, yeah, it's slower, but the writing is really damn good.
Okay.
So I'm kind of comparing to that.
Okay, so that's how. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, when the fuck did Mario start making meth? Why are we comparing Breaking Bad?
Like,
That needs to be
think
done
more
on
like
shrooms.
tone. Think more like tone. Like,
Mario
this is
makes
more
mushrooms.
Like, oh my god. Think more like tone. Like, the thing about this movie is that it's slower, but it's building up. It's
Right.
setting up
It's-
for this
yeah.
atmosphere than it is like going
Okay.
to like be fighting this big bad guy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I will keep that in mind when I see it.
The difference is this Mario's not dead.
Well, okay. The next question I was going to ask kind of cancels that one out. All right. Why is the marketing very limited?
Oh, easy. You'll find out.
It's because there's
Because
way more.
because this is your end game.
Yeah, there's way more spoiler cast members in this that I can't really take selfies of versus Smash that everyone knew who everyone was.
Yeah, because it's like with this one, it's like
I wonder who actually took a selfie of a spoiler character.
this has so many people in it that set up so many, not only future projects, but also just even some projects that have already been done because of how the timeline worked with Plumber compared to everything else in the MCU and the multiverse that we've set up as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
We're finally getting over 1,000 views on our channel.
All right.
Okay, that's actually cool. I like hearing that.
Yeah. Like, as soon as I thought 1K, I'm like, oh, it's not at 300? Yeah.
Alright, what can we expect from Season 3, and how will it lead into future shit?
Well, the first thing you could expect is quality.
Quality over quantity is a thing we're doing now.
Sorry, go ahead, Shady.
Marvel.
So, I guess to answer that question for you, this has been designed to be 3 episodes, like Chapter 21, or Episode 21, 22, and 23. And basically, what you can expect is, with the biggest mystery of Unknown Plumber gone, that being who Miles is, his memory, that new mystery has to kind of occur to kind of like establish more and more of this universe. So what I will say is, you can expect a lot more questions at first than answers, but you can expect this to be a very fun ride to find out what those answers are. Obviously, I'm not going to give it away publicly, but you're kind of aware of a certain spoiler already.
Yeah.
After we're done recording, I want to know which spoiler you're referring to.
It was funny because
I wonder how.
Because I was logged into Reese's channel to download videos, and when I was logged in, I was like, Reese was like, Brower, what's this in my email? I'm like, what? Wait, is my email connected to his now? And it was like a spoiler special effect for a character. And I'm like, I blame Google Drive for this.
I need to be reminded, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Actually,
Next
Brower,
time.
whisper it in Billy's ear.
Wait, what, Shady?
Okay.
The last shot.
How much of this is old footage?
4
I would
scenes.
say about 40,
Yeah.
30%.
4 scenes.
Yeah, did we take out any of the original footage? Like, are we not using some of it, or did we use all of it?
I think.
No, there's some scenes that we flat out cut out because it just didn't work with what we had anymore.
Yeah, I think there's
Actually,
like
there's some
mostly,
scenes that we flat out reshot.
I'm trying to remember what some of the... That's true, we did reshoot some of my stuff. I know that. I remember that.
Alright.
No. Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
They're
Okay.
still in there, yeah.
I
Alright.
can already think
If
of
you could compare this to a Marvel project, which one would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Age of Ultron.
No, because,
Loki?
like, this isn't Avengers. If you're gonna have Smash
Loki.
Bros. Be your
I would say
Avengers...
Loki.
I would think Save the World is more like Loki.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that. Save the World's more like Loki.
Plumber would be Thor: The Dark World.
No.
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 That movie, no. We don't talk about it.
I wouldn't even use Thor as the analogy for it, maybe.
Ghost
like-
Rider.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe. I don't, like, you know what I would compare it to? X-Men Days of Future Past.
I could accept that.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
way to describe it.
Apocalypse.
I've actually never seen that movie.
I haven't
Oh, one of
either,
the
but it's a
greatest
good. But
comic
like,
book
I know
movies ever made.
I know the base premise of it.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny, Deathly Hallows, with the skull in ashes and everything going on. Dark Lord, like, appearing.
Alright, I will take that then. The final question I have is, without spoilers, can you say what some of the roles the characters will have?
Action and adventure.
Shut up.
Okay. No. Would you like me to answer this, or do you guys have like an answer to that?
Go ahead and start, and if there's anything to add, I'll jump in.
Okay, so I would say the focus for the most part of the first 2 seasons was usually just on Mario, with Neil kind of like more of the second-hand character. While this time around, it's more or less Neil taking the focus and Mario taking the backseat. Neil by far goes through probably the most development through the show. Like
Neil
very
probably,
similar to like what Link
Neil
went
stole
through in
the
Smash. Neil goes through in Plumber.
Neil, the probably best way to like think about it is Neil kind of is the main focus of season 3 because it's such a drastic. He probably gets the most screen time, but then again, I also don't know how much I wasn't there to film. So, but it's Neil is probably one of, if not the most screen time for a character in this project.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the amount of screen time that I get in season 3 is more than the screen time I got in season 1 and 2 combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like season 1 was barely in that.
Yeah, I would say this, if you, Reese, ever since like Save the World, you've been waiting for like more Neil. I promise you this is the movie that is basically about Neil and his development.
And how Mario dies.
If that's what happens, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any spoilers. That's his little theory, by the way. He thinks Mario's gonna die.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all the questions I have. Do you guys have any questions for me? Ask away.
Okay, I do have one actually. What are your theories for Unknown Plumber 3? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, you know, you saw the first, I want to say 3 minutes of Unknown Plumber when you were down here in Florida. So, what do you think happens in these 3 episodes?
Alright, so I've told you this behind this, like in private so many times, Shady, but I think Neil is going to find some way, like it's confirmed. He's going to find a way to pull up Doctor Strange and travel throughout the multiverse. I don't know how that's going to happen, but he does.
Didn't even think about the fact that I end up being the Doctor Strange of our thing.
Yeah. Mario dies. I think that kind of, like, I'll be honest, Unknown Plumber Mario should have a higher chance of dying than NCU Mario. And you killed him off.
Yeah.
I love the, like, slight anger in that. And you killed him!
Yeah, you fucking learned. Yeah, so I think Mario's gonna die. Maybe Luigi will die too. I mean, if the world gets destroyed, wouldn't everyone but Neil die technically?
I don't know.
That's an interesting theory. I'll give you that. It's an interesting theory.
Everyone but Neil dies, he teleports to save the world like, hey, I need your help to defeat
Hey, I need your help.
Voldemort.
And I need new friends! I died!
Oh my god.
That would be so stupid. To kind of piggyback, is there anything along with, like, what you're thinking, how the season will play out or anything, is there anything that you're hopefully looking forward to in the season? Like, with any theories, like, how you hope something to happen, or anything like that?
A giant lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Not obvious stuff.
Like the thing with this season is like I know basically almost every major thing that will appear in this season, but I don't know the context
Bitch, give
of
me
it.
one.
So like I don't really know what could happen, but I can only theorize. So honestly, okay, so you guys are kind of setting Seiya up to be the big bad of season 3. Kind of like how Bowser was the main villain of season 1, but then Ganondorf took over. He was the main villain of season 2, then Seiya came in and took over for season 3. I feel like Taboo will do the same thing here. Where it's like Taboo will, like, he'll try to help Mario, but in reality he's manipulating him so that once Seiya is done, he can do his evil shit. That's what I think.
Good theory.
Alright.
It's a good theory. What do you think's gonna happen Like, how do you think the show ends exactly?
What's the final
Shut
thing?
up. Shut up. You are John Campia.
You're gonna get this
Seriously,
whole like
By the
Q&A
way, I want to say this
canceled.
for the interview. Ever since Broward did that, we have called him Hillary Clinton or John Campia.
It wasn't me.
Or
It was
Tom Holland.
Google.
Yeah, except he doesn't deserve Tom
Brower,
Holland.
I was about to say, Brower out here being worse at a spoiler alert than Tom Holland. Like,
Yeah. Or Mark Ruffalo or fucking whoever else.
but
Have we really been talking for 30 minutes? Wow.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
But no, the thing that I was thinking of literally is just the interview with Tom Holland where he's talking to Zendaya. And it's just like, yeah, and that thing where you're falling, like they shot that like really. I mean, like I wasn't there. And then everyone went, "Oh, that's gonna be Andrew Garfield,"
And it was.
and it was like, "My God, Tom."
Yeah. But to answer your question though, what's the final shot of this whole thing?
I would prefer you don't answer that publicly.
What's the
Well,
after credit scene in this?
Shut
movie?
up.
Link Between Worlds. That's what I'll say.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I was in the middle of Smash, or editing Smash, when this was like finally greenlit. This took a lot longer than I would have, than I thought it would. But I'm glad it's finally done. I'm glad we say it. I already know what you're gonna say. Oh, this is not gonna come out in December. It's gonna come out in
Okay.
May. You got it right. You got it right.
Okay, so context. Literally, when me, Shady, and Cole reacted to episode 6 of Smash in Shady's apartment, he literally said, "I bet you right now, Unknown Plumber will come out before the end of the year." And then I said, "And by that you mean 6 months." Almost 6 months later.
We've been building up to this for at least 6 months, and I'm very excited to show you what's coming very, very soon.
And by that you mean 6 months, I'm kidding.
Maybe
Think
sooner
9
than I
months.
think.
It'll be like a newborn baby.
I would argue episode 12 would probably come out before the end of the year.
Oh, alright.
I can predict the future. What can I say?
Literally 6 months. It's coming out in May. You know what? Fun fact: this almost didn't come out like when it did because I had to borrow Brower's laptop to finish this episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess to kind of conclude this interview, this took a lot of effort to get done. This took a lot of negotiating, a lot of arm twisting, a lot of prep, a lot of work, and a lot of fucking trickery because we had to blend old and new footage together on top of doing VFX for old footage. Which, by the way, when you're downloading straight from the internet, the quality is going to go down a little bit, and it's even harder to do work on that. So congratulations to Cole and the Fiber Editor for like doing their best with that. And
I
will
have
say
an old lightsaber.
by far, while Smash is probably my greatest accomplishment to date, Plumber will be the thing I'm probably the proudest of.
Nice.
Until Link Between Worlds.
Until Link Between Worlds. That's gonna be the biggest. That's gonna be like the event movie for the NCU. I promise you, I'm not hyping you up like Lack It with Chrome Chronicles.
Yeah. I mean, you are going to redeem that though, at least. So.
I still
sort
can't
of.
believe we did that April Fool's joke one year where we literally released the trailer.
You know what? That still makes me laugh. The fact that literally, fun fact, we wrapped up shooting a month ago, around the same time when the 1 year anniversary of that trailer came out. So
Really?
it's kind of funny how that April Fool's ended up becoming. Oh wait, actually, we're doing it.
Oh, that's right. You did do the Unknown Plumber
Trailer.
season 3. You did that trailer for April Fool's last year.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things that I've ever done for the channel. I know this isn't a question we asked. One of my favorite things that like I had complete control over was we did it 2 years in a row because this was my entire plan. But do you remember Toad's Adventure?
Yeah.
This is mainly a question for Reese for how many things that he's watched for this channel. It was an April Fool's joke we did like 7 years ago, practically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember,
and
yeah.
it was the trailer for Toad's Adventure, which I literally just told Tio to do a bunch of stuff. Brower take the camera. We made a trailer, and then I said, "Yeah, but here's the thing. Next year we're gonna release the first episode." And he was like, "Wait, what?" And I went, "Oh, don't worry. It's not gonna be ridiculous." And then we show up, and I literally had it be, "I can't find her anywhere." We didn't show anything from the trailer. Like, it was just, he walked in on Mario and went, "I can't find Toadette." Dude, she went to the store. "But I went on a whole adventure." Dude, it's been 3 minutes. And then kicked him out of the room.
Sounds like an early version of Quarantine Mario Bros.
But it was one of my favorite things that I ever actually did for the channel. Because that was just all my idea. Like, I gave improv, but it was just, no, we're going to actually make it. No, we're going to, it's not going to be real. You're pulling it up right now, aren't you?
Maybe.
Alright, I guess we'll watch that at another time.
Episode.
Alright, well, since my storage is literally about to run out, I'm gonna end this interview. So thank you all for watching the interview with Shady, Brown, and Billy for Unknown Plumber Season 3, which is coming out whenever it's done.
I'm gonna confirm this now. The trailer's dropping. What's today's date? I'm gonna confirm it right now for y'all. For everyone who's been waiting. Unknown Plumber Season 3, the official trailer and the official release date for Episode 1 will drop Saturday, May 13th. That's the first trailer. That's the final trailer. And the first episode is gonna drop May 20th.
Yay.
Wait, the trailer is going to be the 13th, and what's the 20th?
The first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we'll just follow along every week after that, with the final episode premiering on June 3rd.
Okay. I do.
Alright.
I do want, after Reese hangs up, I do have a question about future product, Shady, but I don't want to spoil anything for Reese.
Okay, well, anyway, let's end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out up in here.